Welcome everybody to the 2020 Baker Doubles Tournament. COVID edition. Limited to only 60 teams this year. Normally we have 80 or 90. But we cut down to 60 to save a little space. So we have here the see if we can get this thing focused. There we go. So on the right lane, we have the number 11 seed, Crowe and Nate Stubler, versus the number 12 seed on the left lane, Jeremy Delcamp and Jay Roche.
Hey, what's going on, King?
Joining me in the booth tonight is Michael Davis. Long time no see. How are you?
I've been doing all right. I haven't been in the commentary booth in a long time.
Oh, you're out on the lanes tonight. Finishing the final four, huh?
I did.
Who's your partner tonight?
My partner was Richie Martis.
Richie, never heard of him before. Must be a rookie at Sean's tournaments.
Yeah, I think it's just his first showing in ever. I don't know, I'm not too sure if he'd bowled any King of the Hills with you here.
I don't think he ever has.
But we came in looking to maybe get 30th, and we ended up, 1094 and ended up 15th. Hit brackets and ended up in the final four.
Well, that was great bowling tonight. Let me ask you, were you on the turkey or the gravy pattern?
Actually, in qualifying, I was on the turkey, but as the breakdowns were happening during bracket, I actually played on both of them during the bracket play. It's just, if we had played Bakers the whole entire time through the bracket, I probably would have stayed on gravy more than turkey.
So I'll explain the two. The left lane was our normal program 1, which is 43 feet, 25 mils. It's a little tighter. Program 2 on the right lane, 43 feet, 25 mils, same thing, but it is a little wider out there. So,
but I definitely saw more breakdown on the left lane on all the pairs here.
And
especially
you should have, because there's a little bit less in the middle of the lane.
So I decided to shoot on the left lane during qualifying because I know my partner can't really do much with his hand and he just stays in one spot. So I was able to adjust with my hand and also with my feet. I didn't really want him lofting the gutter game 5. So rookies like Richie probably doesn't know how to make those proper adjustments yet, huh? Well, this is my first year to actually try it. And we have a deadwood here on 27, the left gutter.
We do, but I think they're just going to go around it.
Yeah, but we ran into, the two lefties with urethane on house. It's been pretty fresh for them all night, and we can't keep up with that with the angles we got to throw with our reactive balls. We threw our pearls today. He had his trident, and I threw my Axiom pearl until the bridge cracked.
Well, way to go. You're throwing it way too hard for it to crack.
It's not really throwing really hard, but
hitting the pins pretty hard.
I kind of had to get through the pattern today.
Uh-oh.
That's close.
Ooh. So 60 teams tonight. The top 16 made match play. It took 1091 this year. I think last year was around 1100, so it's around the same number.
Yeah. Last year we had more bowlers too, didn't we?
Yeah, we explained earlier that we were COVID edition this year.
How many teams did we have last year? It was like 82?
Something like that. We always get between 80 and 90.
Yeah, but when we came to, the final match here last year, everyone was lofting about halfway down the lane and standing in front of the ball return. But this year is completely different because we have a less amount of bowlers. We didn't have to use this pair all night.
Exactly. This pair is completely fresh. It's been sitting for the last 6 or 7 hours.
Well, that doesn't really mean fresh. It just lays there, starts drying up, soaks into the lane a little bit.
And spreads out at that.
Yeah, so it might be a little, over-under in some spots on this pair.
Traditional Inman 7 there, left on 27.
I had about 7 of those today.
Ted Rosenquist's favorite leave.
I was actually on Ted's pair today, and...
You bowled with Theodore?
I did. I was on his pair. He was partnered with Austin Schultz. He had Austin in front of the ball return coming game 4, and he was standing and sliding around 31-32, and his ball was hooking right past the arrows, and he was saying the F word quite often. But today it was pretty difficult. Come in game 4, game 5 with a lot of high rev bowlers on our pair, but we learned how to adjust real quickly and got ahead of the curve. before everyone else did, and ended up making it to the top 4.
Well, first place tonight is paying $1,000. Second place is $780. This is a 2-game total pinfall match. And it looks like Cam and Nate here are off to a huge lead.
Yeah, well, we bowled them on 29-30. Cam was throwing the pitch black with a layout where the ball actually rolls over its own oil track. So he was making sure it held pocket. He was playing a little tight, kind of trying to control the pocket as much as they can. Is what they're doing with the urethane.
Throwing the same thing now.
Right now, he has the purple hammer in his hand. I believe Cam Crowe threw the purple hammer last shot. Lefties and their urethanes, you know, they look after Jesper quite often.
And Buttriff.
They love swinging it with urethanes. And Cam Crowe, I think he averages about 25 miles per hour with his time release.
All right, so let's run down the top 16. So, actually, we'll do the path to the final, sponsored by AboveAllBowling.com for all your bowling needs. AboveAllBowling.com. So, Cam and Nate, round of 16, took out Marissa Carey and Hersha. I don't know his first name. Round of 8 took out Theo Johnson and David Penfold. Nice to see David Penfold back after a few years. Final 4 took out you, Michael Davis, and your partner, Richie Martis. Oh, a cameo, Mike Svilar. Mr. Cub.
I can show you how to get 9 on 25. See that? We had 11 straight 9 counts on 25.
Nice.
11 straight. I struck the first straight, and we 9'd out. Is that good?
Yeah, real good.
No, now it's 230.
Yeah, they're both throwing purple hammers up around 5, trying to swing it out, probably like 2 or 3. But that's the best look you have on this house shot these days. Try to feed it out a little between, let's say, 3 and 8 board, and let the ball just swing in.
10 pin. All right, so path to the finals for Delcamp and Roche. We had round of 16 took out the Commentator brothers. Round of 8, they beat Riffle and Chin. Final 4 took out Jeff Snuffer and Mike Svilar, who you just saw there.
Yeah, we bowled on 25-26, me and Rich, in the round of 16, and that pair was very crispy. I was actually throwing it with about 200 revs when I normally throw it with about 550.
So what you're trying to say is they left the turkey in the oven too long.
Oh yeah, it was probably a little toasty, a little burnt. Something I wouldn't like to eat. But I tell you what, the gravy was still good for us. We ended up shooting, I think we had like 6 or 7 in a row on the gravy pattern. But he was playing as far left as he can with the ball returning away. And I was throwing up 10 with like 5 revs, and it ended up working.
Ball return never gets in the way here, does it?
It depends who you are. He actually threw one shot on the left side of the ball return starting on the opposite lane. And another striking with it. 226?
Yep, 226 for Crowe and Stubler. Delcamp and Roche can go off to 203.
It's like a 5-game match, right?
Can't really count them out here. We had a game earlier where we were behind about 20 pins, and we ended up having about the back 8. But we did have a stuff 9 and 8th frame, but it didn't really make much of a difference, not big of a run. And I had that big 4, and I missed all of them, which made everyone almost crap themselves.
Yeah, I don't think you're ever taught 2 means 4.
No, it's not that. It's that the ball didn't leave my hand properly, and it hooked out on my toes.
That's trouble.
Still easy spare. Cleans it up.
Once they
Go to
switch
next
lanes,
game
we'll
and-
see, how each lane plays different for these guys.
Well, the way they're playing, there's not much of a difference between the pair, because outside 5 is about the same on both patterns. And that's roughly where they're playing. See if you can spare this up.
Might be hard to get that back pin there.
Looks like he's going to get them all. So the main leave I've been seeing today with the transition was the 3, 6, 9, 10. And I actually saw a 4th through the middle a couple times today. But a lot of people always forget about that back pin, and when they hook at it, just leave a little short of that 9 pin.
Yeah, that's right. Strike here pulling at 183. So going to be 40-some pins down. Ooh, looks like a ball change.
That looked like a phase 2.
That was a phase 2.
I wonder if they used a weight hole in it. I saw some plug on there.
Yeah, it might be. Might be some quick plug. All right, so 226 to 183. We're going to have to make up, what was that, 43 pins, right?
Sounds about right. Yeah, 43.
All right.
I've seen bigger comebacks before.
Yeah.
That's fine. What are you talking about?
You'll still have to do a score correction, though.
I can't even see it out of the green pen,
So we're going to get this Deadwood out of here real quick. And, he missed.
Oh,
Did he miss? Ah!
he's too good. He can't dump it in the gutter on purpose.
I think we're going to stay with the action. We were going to go to commercial break, but we're going to try one more time.
Oh my God, he's bringing out a 7-pound ball.
ball in the final match.
Man, there might be a couple of times where I got to run back there and fix the machine myself because we have our mechanic over there mopping up this wonderful bowling establishment.
Well, it's got to wait to load those pins, you know. There are only 20 in each machine, so it doesn't have that extra one. Let's see if we can get it this time. Oh, there it is.
Man.
Perfect shot.
Surprising you actually do that.
Right. You too.
Good job, bro. Very good on the second try.
All right, let's get this show back on the road.
All right.
43-pin deficit.
I called a
Still
43-pin lead. You called it a deficit for one. I called it a lead for the other.
Well, there's always a chance at a comeback. Who knows when someone can shoot 300? It was fresh. We had a couple 300s today.
Hey, you never know. Here we go for all the marbles. 1,000 for first, 780 for second. And the bowling balls from Rotogrip. Rotogrip has donated 2 RST X1s and 2 Idle Synergies. First place to get their choice which ones they want.
You know what? That would have been like the best part about getting in the top 4 or the top 2 is getting those bowling balls. So I've seen them go down the lane quite a bit, and both of them are really good balls.
Well, we also raffled off the Rubicon. A team won that tonight. They were the 57th out of 60 place. It was a random draw, and 57th place won 2 bowling balls.
Wow.
And then the 33rd seed, Ted Rosenquist and Schultz, ended up winning the Turbo 3-ball bag and a backpack.
That's nice.
Courtesy of Turbo Grips.
Can't forget that we also raffled off that Black Widow 2.0
Yes,
and
it
the
was
Proton
a
Physics.
Hammer 2.0, Proton Physics, and the ball raffle. A couple lucky winners there. It was a Jerry James and Vinny Trombetta.
I put in $1 and I was 1 ticket off from winning it.
You only went off?
I was on the same pair as Jerry.
Oh,
That'd be crazy to have $1 for a $200 ball.
next time you got to spend that other $1, kid.
And my girl took all my cash away from me. Not realizing before I left home, my lady took all the cash on my wallet.
Oh, that's never a good thing.
That's probably a smart thing for her.
Eh.
Keeps me from spending.
Oh, come on.
You know, when transition came later, it was kind of hard for most people to start carrying because
Transition? House shots don't have transition,
all
especially
they
here.
do after about 10 games.
That's the front four there, guys.
But as game 5 on 15 and 16, I went 4 consecutive 9 pins and left the back row in each one. Went 10 pin, 9 pin, 7 pin, 8 pin, and it was a little flustering. Tell you what. Especially when you came this close from being out of cut. Only 4 pins.
Guys, we're the 15th seed tonight.
Yeah. We came in looking for 40th, and we ended up getting 15th.
But you said you were looking for 30th earlier.
Yeah, but me bowling the last 4 days, I'll be glad to get 50th.
So Richie's thumb busted open there.
That's what happens when you try to rip the cover off every time you throw the ball. So this is actually the first year where I actually had to use thumb tape on my ball. This wintertime was really shrinking up my thumb this year.
It's starting to get cold out here.
Oh, yeah. So they started with the front 4 and a 9 count on the left lane. Looks like they both got a pretty good line.
Oh, that better hook.
He missed right.
Well, sometimes, you know, when you're out at some of these sports shot tournaments, you want to throw it straight at that. But other times when you're on the house, you might want to just hook at it.
Either way, I still have a high likely chance of chopping.
It's a very choppable spare.
Yes.
These lefties are just dominating right now. I don't know what to tell you.
That's what urethane does. They're just controlling the pocket with the big equipment, the purple hammer, and the pitch flag. Pretty unstoppable when they have the left-hand side all to themselves most of the night. There's only very few other lefties that were here tonight. But they came in. They qualified 11th.
Yep. Shot that 1100 number, 1102. 12th was 1101. So the guys on the right lane,
You can shut the camera off.
Delcamp and Roche had a 298 game 4 qualifying.
It's kind of funny. My partner almost just tripped over a chair that's been sitting there the last hour.
Well, how many?
I hope enough to be done for the day, because he is ending up sleeping in my place.
Well, we're a few frames away from the end anyways, so
I believe it's a shutout at the very moment.
it's
Unless they dump in the gutter a couple times and they punch
sure
out.
looking like it.
They deserve it. They've been dominating all day. They came in with the right game plan.
Oh, that's a tug.
But they still get that nice $780.
Yep.
Can't ask much more for that. Was that $370 each? No, that's more than that.
That'd be $390 each.
$390 each,
Yep.
yeah.
Oh, that's trouble.
There we go. I believe we call that game set match right there.
Yep.
It only needs is maybe a pin, and he'll be all right.
As one of my favorite announcers have said, the great Gorilla Monsoon. It's all over but the shouting, folks.
All right. Thing is, they had 2 ham bones. We didn't yell them out like our good buddy Rob Stone.
I don't think anyone's remembered that phrase. Well, we made good times this year. It's only 3:30.
Huh? Last year we made it to what, 5?
Yeah,
5 p.m.?
4 or 5.
Again, we had a lot more bowlers.
We did. And we had one pair that ended up getting a game behind somehow.
We had that earlier today too. during qualifying.
Oh, look at that. Showing off for the camera, right? That's what you got to do.
Is that the tough spare replay?
Yeah. So 243 Cam. And Stubler. They're going to win the $1,000 tonight and the 2 bowling balls. Come on. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
We're shopping.
They better.
That's fine. Is it $1,000 for maybe next year.
Strikes come alive now, as they always do.
Those green pins must be up. Oh shit! Kissing concrete. They're kissing concrete. I don't blame you there, but I was
I'd rather have the broke down stuff.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's okay though. Thanks for all your work this tournament.
Thanks.
Man, they killed it. Locked in. I was here at 350. I knew I should. I want to miss
So second place goes to Jeremy Delcamp and AJ Roche. Jeremy was supposed to have a different partner tonight. Aaron Beaver was supposed to be his partner, but he came down with COVID. AJ's the replacement. They make the finals today. Just come up a bit short. Final score, Cam and Nate 469 to 359. All right, congratulations. We'll see you next year.